Have you ever lived so close to someone, shared a room, shared meals, shared laughter, only to realize one day that you didn't really know them at all? If you think you know the people around you, let me tell you something. Sometimes the closest ones hide the darkest secrets. And before I open this chapter of my life, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now, because here on Story Orchard, we share stories that not only teach English naturally, but also leave you thinking about life in ways you never imagined. My name is Hannah Collins. I'm 23 years old, and I live in New York City. Like many young women in this busy city, I was chasing my dreams, working part-time at a bookstore while finishing my degree in journalism. Rent in New York isn't kind, so I had to find a roommate. That's how I met Lena Rivers. She was 24, a grad student studying psychology. When I first saw her ad online, something about the way she described herself felt warm. Quiet, neat, respectful, loves coffee and late-night conversations. It felt like destiny. The first few months were normal. Actually, more than normal. They were great. We became close quickly. We cooked pasta together, had Friday movie nights, and sometimes sat on the balcony just talking about our dreams. Lena wanted to help people struggling with trauma. I wanted to be a writer who told real human stories. It felt like we were perfectly matched. But slowly, little things began to disturb me. Sometimes I'd wake up at 2 a.m. and see the light under her door. I'd hear whispers as if she was talking to someone, but when I pressed my ear closer, I realized she was alone. Another time, I found her notebook lying open on the table. The pages were filled with strange drawings, dark spirals, broken faces, words like guilt and it never goes away. I asked her about it once, jokingly. Wow, are you secretly writing a horror novel? She laughed nervously and closed the notebook fast. Just research for my classes, she said. I didn't push further. Then, one evening, I noticed something that shook me. We were cooking dinner together when the knife slipped from her hand, and for a moment she froze. Not like someone startled, but like someone lost in another world. Her eyes looked hollow. When I asked if she was okay, she whispered, "Sometimes I still see her face." Before I could ask more, she brushed it off, "Sorry, I'm just tired." From that night on, I started paying closer attention. Lena always avoided phone calls. She never let me meet her family. Once, when I asked if she'd join me for Thanksgiving at my parents' home, she stiffened and said, "I don't do holidays." My curiosity turned into worry. Who was her? Why did Lena act like she was hiding from the world? The breaking point came one rainy night. The city streets were wet, thunder rolling above. I returned home earlier than expected and found Lena sitting on the floor of our living room, surrounded by photographs, my breath caught in my throat. In every picture, there was the same girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes, a radiant smile. Lena's hands shook as she held one picture to her chest. I stepped forward quietly and asked, "Lena, who is she?" She looked up, her face pale, eyes red from crying. For a long moment, she didn't speak. Then she whispered the truth. She was my sister. I sat down across from her, waiting. Tears slid down her cheeks as she confessed. 2 years ago, we were driving back from a party. I was the one behind the wheel. I was tired. Maybe I shouldn't have driven. There was an accident. She didn't make it. Everyone thinks I'm strong, that I'm moving on, but the truth is, I'm drowning in guilt every single day. My chest tightened. Suddenly, everything made sense. The late night whispers, the strange notebooks, the shadows in her eyes. She wasn't talking to herself. She was talking to her sister. She wasn't avoiding family. She was avoiding their pain. That night, we sat together for hours. She cried, and for the first time, she let someone else see her brokenness. I didn't give her solutions, I just listened, because sometimes that's what a person needs, the space to finally stop hiding. In the weeks that followed, Lena slowly began to heal. She joined a support group for people dealing with loss. She started writing, not just dark words, but honest stories of pain and recovery. And I began to see her smile again, a real smile, not the polite one she used to wear like a mask. Living with Lena taught me something life-changing, that the people around us carry invisible battles, and sometimes the strongest looking ones are the ones bleeding inside. Her secret was heavy, but sharing it set her free, and it reminded me of the power of empathy, of just being there when someone needs you most. So, if you're watching this and you feel like no one understands what you're carrying, I want you to remember Lena's story. Secrets can bury you, but sharing them with the right person can save